Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are starting a new book, and I want to thank our member, Kim S. in Texas, for recommending this book. She actually recommended the author, Lobsang Rampa, and I did a little research, and it looks like this one is probably his most popular one, so I um, decided to read this one. So we are reading the foreword. And there's no introduction, so there is a praise, excuse me, praise section for the book and a foreword, I think by the author. So we're going to read that. Okay. And here's the front of the book, and I will leave a link below if you want to order it from Amazon or a local bookstore, wherever you get your books. So this one is called The Third Eye by Lobsang Rampa, the renowned story of one man's spiritual journey on the road to self-awareness. Okay, so I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit here so you guys can read it, see it a little closer. All right. Here we go. Praise for the Third Eye. It comes near to being a work of art times literary supplement, an extraordinary and exciting book, and a disquieting one, says the observer. The marvels he presents are reported with a great deal of good-humored gusto, as though he is not forcing his views on us, but stating his tolerant goodwill. That's from the Boston Sunday Herald. What fascinates the reader is not only a strange land, and what could be stranger than Tibet, but Rampa's skill in interpreting the philosophy of the East. That's from the Miami Herald. Here's a little note, and it says, Lobsang Rampa describes in this book how, as a mere boy of 7, he left home and entered the Chokpori Lamasery, the temple of the Tibetan medicine, where he studied under great masters, learning from them such mystic arts as clairvoyance, levitation, and astral projection. Some of my statements, as I am told, may not be believed. That is your privilege. But Tibet is a country unknown to the rest of the world. The man who wrote of another country that, quote, the people rode on turtles in the sea, unquote, was laughed to scorn. So were those who had seen, quote, living fossil fish, unquote. These men were disbelieved. They were eventually proved to be truthful and accurate. And so will I be. And that's a quote from Lobsang Rampa. I feel like we're entering into the realm of Doctor Strange from the Marvel. So this book is called The Third Eye, the autobiography of a Tibetan Lama by Lobsang Rampa. And there are pictures illustrated by Tessa Theobald. Sounds like a stage name for some reason. I don't know. Okay, so here's a foreword. Forward to the second edition. My publisher in the USA has given me quite a shock, said publisher has offered to insert a different forward to this book. This is only the second publisher to be so thoughtful. Transworld Corgi of England is the first. With them, I have the happiest relationship. I am Tuesday Lobsang Rampa. That is my only name. Now my legal name, and I answer to no other. All my books are true. All my claims are absolutely true. Years ago, the newspapers of England and Germany started a campaign against me at a time when I was not able to defend myself because I was almost dying from coronary thrombosis. That's a blood clot to the heart. I was persecuted without mercy, insanely. Actually, a few people were jealous of me, and so they collected, quote, evidence. But it is significant that, quote, the collector of evidence unquote, at no time at all tried to see me. It is unusual not to give, quote, an accused person a chance to state his own story. I was denied all opportunity of stating my case. A person is innocent until proven guilty, until proved guilty. I was never, quote, proved guilty. The newspapers of England and Germany would not give me any space in their columns. So I have been in the unfortunate position of knowing that I was quite an innocent and truthful person, but not being able to tell anyone else my side of the story. One great television chain of stations offered me an interview, but they insisted that I say what they thought I should say. In other words, a lot of lies. And so, because I wanted to tell the truth, they would not let me appear. Let me again state that everything that I have written in my books is true. All my claims are true. My specific reason for insisting that all this is true is that in the near future, other people like me will appear, and I do not desire that they should have the suffering that I have had. I do not desire that they should have the suffering that I have had through spite and vicious hatred. A large number of people have seen my absolutely authentic papers, which prove that I have been a High Lama of the Potala in Lhasa, Tibet, and that I am a qualified doctor of medicine trained in China. Although people have seen those papers, they, quote, forgot when the press came scrounging around. Will you then read the third eye bearing in mind my definite positive assurance that the whole thing is true? I am what I claim to be. What am I? Read the author's preface and all the book, and then you will see. Then read my other books, all of them. T. Lobsang Rampa, Doctor of Medicine, Buddhist Lama, etc. May 25th, 1964. That's the foreword, and there is no preface. So I don't know. Interesting. So here is a map of this of Lhasa, sketch map of Lhasa. So here's Potala, which he mentioned in the foreword. Here's a family residence, Lalu family residence, Snake Temple, interesting name. Here's a willow grove. Here's a Prago, I can't read that. I'm gonna try and read some of them. They're really small. It's hard to read. Chakpori, Norolinga. Here's a Chinese mission here. Here's a Darpalinga. I wonder what linga means. Katyo linga. Here's another temple, Smit Gompa. I can't read that. It's too small. Here's a swamp. It looks like, I think that's a swamp. Here's disposers of the dead. Oh, it must be the mortuary or some kind of mortuary. These are probably some other buildings. Here's a garden, Lama garden. Another garden, a little garden. Here's a market. So this is like, oh, I see. This is the city of Lhasa. So it's like the whole village, right? Whole city and the layout of the city. Interesting. And these are the roads to different other places. Kiachu here, down here. I don't know what that means. I wonder if it's small enough where you could just walk across. I don't know how big the city is. It's very interesting. I'll leave it there for a few moments for you to look at. If you want to pause and take a look and investigate, you're welcome to do that. Okay, and that's it. There is no preface that he talked about. And that's chapter 1. So we'll start with chapter 1 next time we meet. Well, that was very interesting. We hope you enjoyed that little introduction, and I look forward to reading this book. Anyways, thank you for tuning in and joining us, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.